Okay, so today we're looking at a claim today that is in Montrose, Colorado. And this is for an apartment complex. I think there was 4 units, floor plan A, B, C, and D. And then there was a roof affected as well. So this one today, I think we'll do this in 2 parts. We'll do the sketch today. And then on the next video, we'll look at doing the supplementing. So the carrier already has an estimate in on this. I've actually already talked to the adjuster, and we're working together, just kind of getting a more clear picture. I think they're under coverage right now by like 250,000 or so. So he said if we can just rewrite it in a way that makes sense and is justified, then he'll just get it to max coverage, and the project can kind of go to production with my client who's doing the build on this one. So this was for a fire loss in Montrose, Colorado. I'm Dustin with Empty Box, and thanks for joining today. So basically what we do here is I have these underlay images. If you've never done it, let me just show you real quick. But I already kind of got this file prepped for myself last night just so I knew where I could pick up. So if I go in here and you go options, you can take this image right here and you can put it as an underlay. So when you hit options, there's an import underlay image, and then we'll go to desktop, I think right here. And there was a screenshot from today, so that's right here. And then what it does is it brings this up right here. So what you have to do is you have to kind of zoom in. A lot of times what I'll do, and this is maybe just a little trick or tip on my side, is just know what a normal door size is. So you could use that as a reference point. But this one does have numbers. So it was honestly a little weird. They had like 6 foot, 2.2 inches. I would personally just try to find one that is exactly the number. So that's 0.4, 0.5. This one down here says 5 foot 2 inches. So what you'll do is you'll click on this line and then this line, and we're just giving it a reference. So 5 foot 2 inches. And then what it'll do is snap this into the file. So now you have an underlay image. And what it really helps with, I'm going to delete that one, go back to floor plan A. But what it really helps with is you can start to sketch this out pretty quick, to be honest. So I personally have a couple different ways. Since I have this one open down here, what I'm going to do first is actually just do the entire perimeter. So I'm going to grab here, go over to here, down, and then over. And what it'll do for me is, whoops, that one kind of stopped it. And I'll fix these in a second, just pull them in. It's just kind of, what it'll do a lot of times is it will, if I zoomed in, I could actually get it tighter, but I want to do it where it's a little faster for me. Here. And you're just kind of going all the way around, just getting the perimeter. It's going to create one big room is what it's going to do, but that's what I want on the front end. So that's one way to start. So then what I'm gonna do is just drag these ones out to that line. Oh, that one didn't do it. Let me go back. Go like this. Get that there. Grab this one. See how it's trying to snap to the other line. So that's probably the best we'll get on that one. And then we'll come down here. Get right there. Okay, so now we have the perimeter there, and you can still see as the underlay image is there, you can still see the lines behind it. And then I have this reference here to go off of real quickly and just kind of start framing this out. So being that for the air of accuracy, I'm going to make the bathroom next. So we'll come here, and that's going to go straight across. And I can start naming these ones that I know they're going to be called. And this one does have 2. So there's a couple ways to do this. On the carrier document, they had all of the apartments on one tab, which is fine. Their naming conventions got a little bit confusing as you went through. It was like kitchen B, kitchen C, all on the same area. They were like overlapping things. But what I'm going to do is if I have it under floor plan A, I can simply just call this bathroom 2. I don't need to call it like bathroom A or anything like that. I can keep it a little simpler. So that's how I'm going to do it, is just have all these floor plans separate. That way I can keep the naming conventions super easy and kind of just more sensible as I go through. So I don't know what the heck's going on with this hallway, but we're going to create it. and go like that. My guess is it's actually a closet for that bathroom or for that bedroom. So I'm going to call this bed to closet. And then the bedroom starts up here. And that goes straight down. And this is bedroom 2, like that. And then I'm going to actually make this have a bifold door like that. And I'm going to make this, I think actually on the carrier document, I could look real quick. I think they had closets bid out separately. So sometimes you would make this a subroom or a subgroup of bedroom 2. But on this one in particular, I'm going to actually not do that because I'm pretty sure they bid out. Let me do Command F and then look up closet. And, oh, maybe not. No, they made all the closets, it looks like subgroups. So bedroom and then closet. Okay, so I am going to do that. I'm going to go here and then grab this, go subroom, bed 2. Oops. We'll go bedroom 2. Okay, so now we got that as a subgroup there. And then we have a kitchen down here. So we're going to grab a wall and we'll go straight up from here and then straight over here. And this will be our kitchen. Like so. And then there's a bathroom right on the other side of this. So we're going to grab this and it's kind of right off of the kitchen wall and then down. And so this one we're going to call bathroom 1. Okay. And then there's a closet. It looks like right here in the living room. So it could be like a coat closet or hall closet or something like that. So we're going to go like this. I'm going to call it hall closet. And then there's on this side bedroom 1. So we're just going to close this wall up right here. Okay. And then this one ends up being living room. So that's one way to sketch it. I am going to put the doors in just for accuracy here. So there's a door here. Whoops. Let's go to doorway. Standard. So that one. There's one here. One here. This one here. This one looks like it is just a part of the living room. And I'm guessing that's a pocket door. So I'll come back to that in a second. This one, I don't know where the door is, but I'm just going to draw it right there. Okay, and then we have to flip these. So we're going to click on this door here, flip that horizontally. And then I always think they usually are going to open towards the wall. So I'd also flip that vertically. And then this one needs to go on the inside towards the wall. I'm going to slide that up just a bit. This one goes inside towards the wall, slide that up a bit. And you can see underneath it, the underlay image shows the door swing going that way as well. And then this is a missing wall. So we're going to go missing wall right here, straight into the kitchen. And you can see there's some cabinets. We could sketch those out real quick just to make it accurate. So I can grab right here. I usually like to just create a box and then start snapping it to the walls. To me, it goes a little faster, but and then usually it's going to be 2 foot. I can copy, paste, and drag this over here. And there we go. So those are the, you could rename these like lowers. And then this could be lowers too. Like that. So that's the kitchen. And then we have that opening into the living room. Got that hall closet, that one there, that one there. And then we can come over here. This one swings into the room like that. And then I'm going to say this one's a pocket door. If you see right here, they have it as a pass-through, but I'm guessing it's a pocket door. So we'll go down here, pocket, and then make that. Let me actually go like that. so. That looks good there. Okay, so now we got, looks like everything's going on good there. See, now it makes me feel like this is actually a part of this bedroom, that this is the small closet for that. So actually what I'm going to do is delete that door, and then I'm going to call this bed 2, no, bed 1, closet. Okay, and then we'll put a door again right here. Oh, that made it a pocket. So then we'll go like that and like that. Okay, so that's probably how that is. I don't know what this one is, but it doesn't really matter. We're gonna bid it out the same way. It's just a closet. And you can see there looks like a window here. I'm gonna skip that. I don't think that's gonna affect anything that we're doing. So that's one way to sketch. So we did floor plan A with doing the perimeter all the way and then filling in the rooms. So that's one way I would do it. Generally what you're gonna do next is delete the underlay. I don't know why Xactimate's been having this error. They have unhandled exceptions. So what I'm gonna have to do later is just copy this, move it to a new floor plan, and then change the elevation and move it back to the front. But it's just a headache. All I have to say, it does save time doing it this way. Anyway, swing it. So I don't really care. I'm gonna just do that extra work. So what we'll do is on floor plan B, we'll do it a little different. We're gonna go room by room, put it together, and we'll end up with the same result, but you can decide which one you like better and which one seems faster to you. I personally like doing the perimeter first. I like that way. Seems to make sense to me. So that's the first one. Let's find the second. So it's D, C, B. Here we go. So here's B. We'll go into floor plan B, and then we're just going to do this one room by room. So you could do drop in a room like this, and then slide this over and try to find that wall. So that's one way you could do it. There is another way you could go like this, delete that, and then you could do the same thing we did for the perimeter, but just do it for a room itself. And then you have this one be bedroom 1. And again, we don't need to call it like unit B or apartment B or bedroom B or anything like that because we're on floor plan B. So as far as the estimate goes, it's going to organize it down, and we can just keep it real simple, naming conventions like this. And then you could do the next room, same way, is go, and there is one thing you could do. You could go click and hold, or no, actually, hold on. It goes here. And if I go click and hold, and then I can snap this to where I want, like that, and call that living room. So that's another way to do it. I think I've seen, honestly, so many people. I've trained a lot of people, and everyone's gonna have their own way. I don't think it matters, to be honest. I think one of the things that I've noticed helping a lot of other estimators, either with clients of mine who are contractors and training their in-house staff so that they can be self-sufficient on smaller claims and then handing off large losses to myself and Empty Box. We do a lot of large losses. And so what happens is if you can make a team self-sufficient in their admin staff being able to estimate out smaller estimates, this one is larger, so it makes sense that this client sent it to me. But if this was like a 1-room loss and it's going to take them like an hour to build, then they should be able to do that in-house. But training so many people over the years, I've found everyone's going to build the rooms differently. So I don't think there's like one right way to do it. And I think everyone's brain is going to work in a different fashion of how to put pieces together and what seems efficient to them. So that just gives you a few options, all to say. But I've seen this one and I use it myself, is like I usually will start in the opposite corner and then hold and then drag it to where I want, and it'll snap itself right into the spot. So that is an efficient way. I don't mind it, and I use it on certain, probably more like specific reasons. I can't think of a good one right now, but when you're doing like multi-level, big, large complexes, sometimes that function is very quick to get things put together rather than doing like each wall separately. So it's just up to you. So that's the kitchen there. And then I'm gonna have to assume this is the bathroom because there's only like one extra room. There's a bedroom, living room, kitchen. This has to be a bathroom. They called it other, but what we'll do is I'm gonna use the wall function this time. So I'm gonna snap over and then snap up, and that'll be bathroom. And it looks like there's only one in this complex or in this particular unit. And then this last one will go here. I'll start in this corner and drag over to right there, snap that in, and then this will be bedroom 2. So there we go. There's unit B. We got bedroom, living room, bedroom, kitchen, bathroom, and then we can put the doors in. So make sure this is on standard. It looks like all the doors are standard. Yep. So if you hold control down while you're doing this, you can do multiple doors at a time. So if I click one, you can see my little, what is that called? It's like a crosshairs. My crosshairs are right there, and you can kind of just keep placing doors as you go, and then you can just go back and flip them all the right direction afterwards. So that's another little trick to be efficient. So I'll get that there. That one is selected. I'm going to flip it vertically, and now it's facing inward. This one I need to flip horizontally, and that's facing the right way. This one needs to flip vertically. This one needs to flip vertically. All right, so there we go. And then we have one missing wall. Now on this plan, it does look like the kitchen goes diagonally for square footage. That's more of like probably a MSRP type thing, I think is what it's called when you do like real estate listings or whatever. So I would guess that's why they did it, is to say that it's 75 square feet, but I don't know that it matters too much for what I'm doing. However, just for the sake of showing, I will move it. So this right here is a vertex. You can see it's red. If I grab it and just snap it up to that one, it'll quickly reshape those two. So you just take that little vertex and you can add them anywhere you want. So if I wanted to add one to the center of this, I could put a vertex right in the center and then snap that inward like that. So you can actually use those pretty cool to do a lot of different things, but I'm going to go backwards to where I had it and just have it like that. So now that actually does, well, it actually comes out. So I'd have to put another vertex right here, it looks like. So let's go, we'll just do it for fun. So put a vertex right here and snap that down. And then that's actually exactly what we're seeing here. I could put the cabinets in on this one too, just to show. So we'll go block. And then right here, zoom in, snap that over. Then that goes all the way down. And then we can go copy, paste. And then there's a fridge at the end of it. So this is actually more like that. And we'll call this one lowers and lowers 2. Okay. And then those are all missing walls right here though. So I'm going to also hold control, missing wall, keep that crosshair, and missing wall, just like that. So now that's one like full room kind of open floor plan that we have going on there. So I like that. That's the second one. So that's the basic idea. Like I said, in the next video, what we're going to do is I'm going to do C and D in the roof. And then when we come back to this property, we're going to look at doing a fire loss and filling in a supplement after a carrier has already approved a lot of line items. And then we're kind of just supplementing on top of it, getting the remainder of things that need to be approved. And like I said, I already talked to the adjuster. Him and I had a great conversation. So I don't have any reason to believe this one's not going to get to where it needs to, so that my client, the contractor, can go to production quickly and start getting this place rebuilt. So again, I'm Dustin with Empty Box. Thanks again for joining. If you haven't yet, feel free to subscribe, like the video. And then if you have any questions or need help on how to estimate and Xactimate and how to do supplements, feel free to drop a comment and I'll check those out. See you on the next one.